combo opportunities early on here as we get the 3-2-1 pills. And looking at the boards early on, I am actually much more in favor of Madtown's board. I think it's much more diversified and all the colors are easier to get to, besides just being one or two like it looks like on Ook's side.
Ook does have a little bit of a totem pole in column 8, it's taking a lot of that down. But also Ook does not have any viruses at all in row 1. So hopefully he can temper some of that drop time. I like There we go. I was hoping that Madtown would do that. He got a double red, used it exactly the way that I would have, that I wanted him to. Um, and it
Yeah, but
is a 10-8 game right now.
yeah, taking them out horizontally first meant that that space was still available for the vertical later. If you take them out vertically, it would have been a lot harder to have gotten them out horizontally. Probably would have taken a few more pills to have done, but Ook has just absolutely destroyed this board. He just needs one more red. There it is. He is out at a 112, which for level 6 is a pretty good time.
Yeah, that's something that we do see in our gold brackets. Our gold bracket round 1 is level 6 through 9. Madtown's just waiting on a few more reds. He needs 2 more and he'll be out. There's 1. And there's 2. He's going to be out at a 135.
Not too far behind, though. The lack of red at the top of Madtown's board gives me serious concern here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of yellow. He has done a good job of diversifying that top line. Flips, he was trying to tuck that red blue into columns 2 and 3, um, and got it just a little bit early. So there is some cleanup that will have to be done um, for that.
Meanwhile,
But
over on
I
Ook's side, sorry,
no, go ahead.
over on Ook's side, he has just again destroyed this board. There is very little left over here again for this one. He just needs a couple more pieces, and he will be out of this level at a pretty blindingly fast pace.
hmm Decides not to take some of that drop time. I like that idea. Takes the red first, minimizes some of that drop time with the blues added at 250.
It's a pretty good time for 6 to 9 to be out 2 levels in and be under the 3 minute mark.
Yes. Double blue, very helpful there for Madtown. And another double blue. And he'll be out at a 308.
Giving Ook about a 9 virus lead right now. And again, another issue for Madtown where he has to work in order to get one of the colors available to him early on, while Ook's had most of them available from the get go. It's boards are not being very favorable towards Madtown.
Yeah, Madtown has had a little bit of bad luck with some of the RNG. Um, but I do think that he has been working through it pretty well. Um, doesn't really have a lot of access to blue at this point, but he does have it a lot on the bottom of his board. The bottom couple of rows do have a lot of blue, and he is almost at the point where he can access them.
Meanwhile, Ook's gotten himself to the point where he's pretty much out of red. He's just got a couple of them on the first row, but mostly needing, well, I was about to say he needs a lot of blue help. He's gotten a lot of blue pills in the last few has in the last 4 or 5 pills, so he's pretty much ready to get out of this level as well.
He would love a blue yellow right now. Um, Decides to take the yellow on its own, and then the blue, and then there's that blue yellow. He's going to be out at a 430, 436.
This is just a blisteringly fast pace that Ook's on. It's almost a blinking you might miss it match going on by him. Though, to their credit, Madtown is still not that far behind.
He needs that Blue's gonna get him out at a 459.
Going to level 9, it's only, well, now it's about 11 virus difference, but I gotta admit, this time, again, a lack of one color. The yellow is going to be a little bit of a trouble, but there are a couple nice combo opportunities on the board for Madtown that if he gets good RNG, he could get back into this one very quickly.
Yeah, on Ook's side, oh, very nice lightning bolt for all of us Mario fans. Um, he is again just working through this very fast. I like this drop horizontal into another combo. Very well done from Ook. Does not
Beautiful.
really have a lot of need for red at all for the rest of the board. So Doc, please remember that.
Meanwhile, Madtown just keeps getting lots of yellow halves and doesn't really have a lot of places to use them right now.
Ook is going to be out at a 609.
And
Very good
Mad
time from
and
Ook.
Madtown has already passed that, so GG's to Ook for taking the first match here. But considering the boards and the RNG, Madtown kept this one a lot closer than one would think. So everyone gets set up here for the second match here. It's if Madtown's the way he played at first, if he gets a couple boards, we could very easily see a decider in this one. What do you think?
We could. I do want to see the boards first. I'm very loath to say that something might or might not happen without seeing any of the RNG that comes up or anything like that. But I am very excited for this game too. We have both readies from our players, and we're just waiting for our countdown.
There it is. 3, 2, 1, pills. And both the people off. And I do like Madtown's board a little bit better. There are a couple of stairs in there, but they're set in such a way that you can make some combos out of it pretty easily. And he has much more color options than he has in previous boards, so that's not really saying much.
Yeah, I will say Ook is very, very good at tucking when he needs to. Um, so I am not particularly perturbed by the board right now because I know that if he needs to tuck, he can tuck very easily and get what he needs when he needs it.
Madtown is setting up a whole bunch of combos here, getting rid of almost all of his red viruses in a short period of time.
Yeah, Ook does have this complicated setup to get rid of basically one pill. Um, but he's able to drop a lot of that garbage, and most of his board now is clean. He's able to drop some of that down. He needs a lot of yellow, whereas Madtown needs a lot of blue.
Looks like, at least for now, Doc is giving him that blue. He's seeing blue pill after blue pill right now for him.
You can see a micro adjustment from Ook. Didn't necessarily want to have to do everything that way, but that
Oh,
was
look at this on
oh
Madtown.
wow. Big old T to get out, and Ook is not far behind.
I do apologize for interrupting, but I knew that you'd want to see that big T coming.
Mhm. Ook does not have a huge amount of red on his top line, has to basically take it out when the yellow comes. Oh, and I think that was a misdrop there. Um, that's gonna take a lot of cleanup and a lot of drop time. I know Ook does not want that to happen.
Yeah, Ook doesn't have much in the way of red at all on his board. It's a mostly yellow and blue board, while Madtown kept his board pretty even all the way down on this one, and is the only real issue I see on Madtown is at column 8.
Yes, there is that totem pole. The one thing I will say about that totem pole is that, he does have those blues and the yellows near the top are all together. Another T over there from Madtown. But really what he's looking for right now is red.
There is a lot of red that he's going to need to finish this level off.
Takes that blue horizontally. We love to see that.
Decided not to take the blue out horizontally is probably the smarter move because that would have made it harder to finish off that totem pole, I think.
Yeah, he saw that that double blue was coming, so he was able to make some decisions based on that, reduce his drop time, and all he needs now is a yellow, and he's gonna be out at 344.
And Ook the Librarian is in a pretty good position, just needing a little bit of help with the red there to get into this one. Meanwhile, Madtown's board seems very tilted towards the right, or is it just me?
It's sloped from right to left. Um it is that way, so he is going to want to kind of focus on the right side until he can get those kind of evened out. Um and Ook is going to be out at a 420. You could see him shake his head. He is very unhappy with that.
Not too much he could have done though, is the pieces he was getting. It made it very difficult to finish off that level.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what you get. You get RNG'd by the game. Very, very nice. Undertuck there from Ook. I love seeing those as well. Madtown, again, still a lot on that right side. Um, I like that he saw that he could take multiple of those pills, viruses with one pill. Um, and again, he is just needing blues and reds, and now
No,
just reds.
and hopefully he'll get a double red in order to take them that column red out to prevent there from being a lot of drop time, unless he's able to get what he needs with the other columns. Going to be a little bit of drop time. Oh, actually, it's an interesting way of doing it. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's a very speedrunner way of avoiding drop time. Um, I've seen it used. I've used it myself. Um, so
I'm gonna
he is
have
going
to.
to be first into level 9. I'm not so sure about this lack of red though.
Yeah, it's all pretty much in the middle of his board that he's got a bunch of it there. But overall, if he starts getting a lot of red halves, this could really slow him down. He only has about a 6 virus lead as Ook is now into level 9. We're on the last level of this match.
I like Ook's board. I like what he can do with it. I like this combo. Oh no, he crashed his game, but he's got
Oh,
his player 2 controller plugged in so he can um so he can kind of get around that combo glitch.
would
Um
you be willing to explain to people what just happened there for those who are not overly aware of such
yes,
a thing?
because that actually happened to me in my first qualifier this month. So sometimes only in a one player game. If you're playing versus, it will not happen because the coding of the game, I think it's for a score and it's only on the one player version of the game. If you make a combo that is too big, meaning that you clear out too many viruses at one time, at the exact same time, the game will glitch. The game will do exactly what it did for Ook and just kind of say like, and stutter and say, nope, I can't do this. Um, Now, if you have a player 2 controller, plugged in. There's something where you can uh I don't know, I play on keyboard. I don't play with a second player controller, but there's something you can do with the second player controller that can unfreeze the game.
That was actually my first time seeing that happen, so I was very excited to watch. Meanwhile, Warriors Red Madtown did manage to get to level 9 first, tying this up. So we are going to be going to a decider here.
Oh, Ook says he nearly crashed it. Okay, so it was just the game kind of saying like, "Hey, maybe one more and this would have crashed." But if you have a cascading combo where everything kind of comes off the board at different times, that does not trigger the glitch. It is all at one time.
Very interesting. Maybe one day I'll have that happen accidentally. We got a 3, 2, 1 pills. And where is the yellow on Ook's board? Or where's the yellow on either person's board? Look at this.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ook doesn't have a lot of yellow, period. There's some, but not as
And
much as some of his other colors.
yeah, and I think Madtown had 6 in total when he started level for yellow as well. So this is I think the number of yellow pieces people get is gonna play a bigger impact than anything else in this first level.
Yeah, and potentially how somebody plays it. You can use garbage to help you, as our versus world champion Swang likes to say, you can turn garbage into gold. If you are trying to get a horizontal that's up high, you can use that um, to build a bridge, things like that. Um, I like what Ook was able to do there. He's dropping all of these. I would love for him to be able to take those reds horizontally, but he would have to take out that yellow, which he needs in order to take out the yellow pill. Um, Now, Madtown is still working on some things that are fairly high up on his board, um, and working with mainly reds at this point. Ook's gonna be out at a 139.
And this time it's a lack of red, particularly at the top of the board for Ook. But everything the yellows and blues are in great combo positions. He's going to be able to clear the top couple bits of his board very quickly.
If RNG is not, angry with him for whatever reason. Um, but it does look like he is able to at least get through on that right side. And Madtown has joined him in the level.
Well, he's got 2/3 of a board anyway. His columns 1, 2, and for the most part 3 are pretty much empty.
Yeah, this Madtown's is very right heavy and also very high. Um, I do wish it were lower, a little bit more compact. You don't have to take as much drop time, things like that. And also not a lot of yellow.
That seems to have been a pattern for all 3 of these matches, is that almost every board has been severely lacking in one color. That's
Yeah.
given
Now,
Ook the opportunity. Oops, sorry.
no, I was gonna say, yeah, this has, Ook has been able to use this to his advantage. He knows that he only has that one yellow, so when he got a yellow red, he was prioritizing the red since he had more of that on his board. That's a very high level play. Making sure that you're prioritizing your pills and your drop time. He used to be out at a 330.
Meanwhile, Madtown just really needing some blues and not getting much in the way of that. Ook's board seems to be pretty even overall. Would be nice if we had a little bit more access to the red, but it's certainly one of the better boards we have seen this matchup. And look at this
Yeah,
combo that
I'm
he's doing
I'm
right
not
here.
super happy with how high it is on the right side. I do think it's a bit floaty for my taste. Um, but I want as much drop time help as I can. Um, not having to wait as long or anything like that. And I do like the setup that he's got right here. There it goes.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I
Meanwhile,
think Ook might want to build up to those yellows. Let's let's see. He might just decide. Yep, he wants to. Oh, there we go. Perfect. He is going to be out at a 450.
Madtown's still working on this level 7 here. He had some very bad luck trying to get blues for the longest time, and he's just now getting in level 8, but with Ook in level 9, this is going to be, barring any major disaster, it's going to be pretty hard to come back to.
Yeah, there's going to have to be some very big RNG uh shenanigans in order for Madtown to come back ag- against a player of Ook's quality with the experience that he has um with the game, with the tournament. um so we'll see if he can do it.
Nothing, we don't say anything that seven's impossible. I mean, all you have to do is take a look at the gold bracket last week with Paki and Arco, and that amazing match that they had in with that
Mhm.
world record. That's the reason why we play these matches out, because anything can
Mhm.
happen.
Exactly. um we've seen people in the silver bracket come from 28 down to win the whole thing.
Beautiful pair of moves there by Ook.
Woo! There's a nice T over there from Madtown. Still, he sees the double blue, so he takes that horizontal separately. Very good vision from Madtown, looking into that next box, seeing what's going to come up, and adjusting your plan if you need to. That's a hallmark of the game. That's a hallmark of, especially of speed running this game.
Madtown has made a very quick job of this level 8. He's should be able to complete this one before Ook gets done with his level 9 at the rate that he's going here. Well, maybe not. That's a nice combo by Ook here. Just needs one more red piece. And there it is. And Ook is out at a 717.